Hello my darlings, let's review some Avon makeup today. I have already done a video like this. I reviewed quite a bit of Avon makeup sometime last year. I will make sure to link that video down below. I'm an Avon girl. I know Avon is not the cool kid, but I'm an Avon girl, and there's a reason why Avon has been going on for all these years. Somebody must be buying it. I'm one of those people. There are a few makeup things that I have loved from Avon and I constantly have in my beauty collection, and that's why I decided to do this little roundup, because there are not many dark-skinned humans like me who have done an Avon review. I decided to focus mostly on the core collection, on the things that I am used to seeing in the catalog quite a bit, not the collections that come in and out. And my first video is more heavier than this one. In this video I have under 10 products, nothing much to talk about. The other video much more weighty. But before we get into this video, I'd love to let you know who I am. Just in case you don't know, my name is Ijoma. I'm a beauty lover, a skincare influencer, a pro makeup artist, and a woman of a certain age. And I feel like all these things truly inspire everything that I do on my channel. Okay, this video is skin heavy. You know, I love skin. If I've got stunning skin and a really good lip, I could live without everything else. Let's start with concealers. I have two types of concealers. We are going to start with the one that I love the most, and I've actually gone through quite a few tubes of this. Absolutely love them. These are the stick concealers. Now I have two shades here with me. I have my favorite, which is shade number 4 or 5. I can't really see here at the bottom, but it is the last shade in the range. It's a nice warm orange with yellow undertones. It's just right. It matches me to perfection. It blends into my skin to perfection. It's not the kind of concealer that gives me a huge amount of brightness, but just gives me just enough where my face still has beautiful shape, but it just looks seamless. It looks like I'm having a really good skincare day. Now the other shade is, we're going to go with number 2. Yeah, we're going to go with number 2, and the darkest being number 4. Number 2 is very light, as you can see, and I've been using this one particularly just to spot highlight. The formulas of both of them are the same. Using this to spot highlight has been very nice. I find them to be very workable. Despite the shade range being very tight, they're really workable. You could buy a couple and mix them up. They are not expensive. I think they are £4 or £5. They look beautiful on the skin. They set so easily. They don't need a heavy dusting of powder. You get a good amount of time out of these concealers as well. I feel like they give me 8 to 12 hours on the skin without complaining too much. Beautiful concealers. I will always keep buying them. I really like them. I like the way they behave on the skin. I'm a cream girl. I like to play on the skin, and cream gives you the chance to really manipulate product. These I really rate, and I really like them. Now for the next two concealers that I have, these are a bit new to the catalog, but I have a feeling they're going to be around for a while. These are the Power Stay concealers. They are complementary to the Power Stay foundation, which I love, which I talked about in my first video. So I thought to get these concealers. They're okay. I'm not in love, but I get it. I get why they were made. I feel like they are inspired by Instagram makeup. I feel like you have to pile on this concealer, as we're used to seeing online, using a lot of product. I don't like the shade range as well. I find it to be a little bit too orangey, a little bit too the undertones are just not right. I mean, they're workable. Let me rephrase that. Technically, these are concealers in the sense that they will hide blemishes and darkness. You know, they have those strong undertones of orange and pink. But if you want to brighten the skin, like if you want to highlight underneath the eye, these may really throw off your foundation, because they don't really quite run yellow, and the one that runs yellow is far too light for somebody like me. These two shades are Golden Medium Deep and neutral medium tan. So I think I've got the darkest. Yes, I am sure I've got the darkest, and I've got one that is maybe closer to the lightest. I also didn't like how these concealers sat without foundation on the skin. Like putting them on bare skin, they didn't really want to sit down well. They look better sitting on a foundation. Basically heavy duty makeup like what we see on Instagram, which is really not my style of makeup. With saying that, these, the cream concealers, they look beautiful on bare skin. Oh, on bare skin, stunning. These, they want to skip, they want you to be a little bit heavy-handed, they want a lot of powdering. I'm not quite a fan of the packaging. I feel like you have to fight to get some product out. I'm not quite a fan of how much little comes out of the application, considering that you actually have to apply quite a lot of product to actually get this product to work for you. I'm not a fan. I will give them a flat B. They're not bad over a great foundation, a great powder that will make them look beautiful, but on their own they're not really quite doing it for me. If anything, I did use the neutral medium tan one to spot highlight. It's okay, it's not too bad. It works for me because it has this light pink undertone, so it does look like a nice really pinky highlight on my skin. I just really like those cream concealers. I like the stick concealers better. Okay, now let's move on to the product that blew my mind, that I did not see coming, that I was expecting very little from. This is the cream to powder foundation, the ultra matte formulation in the shade Caramel. This is OG Avon. These have been in the catalog for decades. The shade range is quite large. There is quite a few colors for us. I'm not too mad at it, but I decided to just get one, and I decided to get a shade that I could use as a highlight, you know, to conceal and highlight the skin. I am absolutely in love with the way it sits on the skin, the way it looks on the skin. It looks so skin-like. It doesn't really need a set because it's a cream to powder, but I have been setting it very lightly, very lightly, just to add a touch of yellowness to it, just a smidge of brightness. I love, you know, I've been fighting this much to not get so many colors because I absolutely love the formula. I have a feeling I would love this in the summertime. In fact, I think I would love this all year round. I was exceptionally impressed with this. This looks so good on the skin. I was waiting for my skin to look old. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but you know what I mean. I was waiting for my skin to look dehydrated and just very textured. I don't know why, because at the end of the day, I've not really experimented with cream to powder foundations, and this one just, I want more. That's all I can say. I want more. I approve of these. I think they're worth investigating. I really do think they're worth investigating. I love the way it sits on the skin. The wear is just impeccable. Just okay, let me stop now. Next up, I've got the mineral powder foundations. I've got two shades. I know there are 4 in this range. Once again, the shade range is not much to talk about. I've got the deepest shade, which is deepest terracotta, and I've got a middle shade, which is medium beige. Now, very middle of the road. They look gorgeous on the skin. They're not oily skin friendly. They go very glowy very quickly, like a 4-hour wear, and you will need to powder your skin a little bit more. I've enjoyed these powders better mixing them with a setting powder, like a translucent setting powder that has just a little bit more hold. I found them to be very glowy on the skin. That's what I've got on my skin today, and it's not a hot day. In fact, it's raining. I've powdered my skin already once. This face is about 6 to 8 hours old, and you can see I have got glow. You know, I've got glow. You know, I'm not mad, but I would like to have a touch of a powder. Let's actually do that. I think they're more so dry skin friendly. I think if you have oilier skin, you're not going to love these. I have oiliness in my skin and I would not wear these alone. Mixing them with a translucent powder has given me a little bit more longevity in my makeup. I also tried using the lighter one to set my concealer highlight type of situation. It did not go well. It did not go well at all. It kind of wanted to clamp up and hold everything, and I have tried that trick with different concealers and I just didn't like the way it looked. This is a product that does like bare skin or a very minimal amount of product underneath it. They could have been better. They definitely could have been better. I'm going to give them a flat B. They are workable. They're just not game changers. They're really not game changers. I wish the terracotta one wasn't so red. If it wasn't so red, I think I would like it a little bit more, but it's quite red on the skin. If you're heavy-handed with this, you will end up looking orange if you're the wrong undertone. If this does not match you quite right, a B. We'll go for a B. Their one strength is that they do have some really good decent coverage. The skin does look like it has makeup. It does cover hyperpigmentation, especially deepest terracotta for me, which is the darkest shade. When I use it, I really like the way the skin looks. I just don't like the longevity. That's my only qualm. Now let's talk about highlighter. I got the bronzing powder in the shade Deep Glow. Now let me share one of my beauty secrets. You want a gorgeous highlighter that is not difficult to work with, that is not too shiny, that looks like a sheen on the skin, that looks very skin-like like this. Get you some white girl bronzer. A bronzer that has a bit of shimmer in it. They're absolutely beautiful on dark skin, let me tell you. And that's why I got this. But this has let me down just a little bit. I find it to be quite hard pressed in the pan, so I had to wiggle it with a brush to release some powder so I could apply it to my skin. I feel like if you're darker than me, this will look absolutely stunning, but on me it's a little bit too understated, but it's still really pretty on the skin. As you can see, it just looks like I have a glow from within. I give it a B+. I'm going to give it a B+. I wish the powder was not pressed so hard, but I'll give this a B+. It's not something I would repurchase, but I like. And if you're darker than me, get this and kill them softly during the summer. I thought we could do lips together because there's a lot to explain, but let me get into it. Now I've got two lip liners. These are the GlimmerStick lip liners. I have the shade Red Brick and Simply Spice. Unfortunately, Red Brick is the darkest that would work for me, and Simply Spice is supposed to be their brown lip liner, which it's not really brown. It's a dusty pink, so it's not even something that I can use to line my lips. It's something I could fill in my lips with, but to use it as a lip liner, that's not going to work for me. Regardless, the formulas are beautiful, very soft, very long wearing, but the color selection is disappointing, very disappointing. But I am going to use Brick Red, and I'm going to use the Tinted Lip Balm in the shade Plum. It is the darkest in the range. This is my first tinted lip balm ever because I've not felt like I've met a tinted lip balm that could work for my dark lips, and this one works. The formula is beautiful. It's very soft on the lips. It lasts a long time. There's a decent color payoff, and I'm really here for it. It's really effortless. It's something that you just throw in your handbag. It's a kind of lip product that you could put on without a mirror, without overthinking it. As you can see, the color is a little bit sheer, as a tinted lip balm should be, but it does have a decent color payoff. So I'm gonna swatch it on my lips without anything. I haven't got anything on. I even don't have any lip balm. I just want you to see what it looks like on its own. As you can see, there is a little bit of something. Now, to give this lip balm a bit of zhuzh, it would need a lip liner. Personally, for me, I would need one. So I want to use that red brick one. And as you can see, it has given it a little bit more something. I'm just going to go back in with a little bit of that lip balm. Really feels comfortable on the lip. This really did surprise me. I definitely recommend them. But because this is not my style of wearing a lip, I am going to go in with a brown liner just to give my lips a little bit more definition. That's a little bit better. That's a little bit more me. If anything, I will say you can still see my lip color through the lip balm. It's not like an opaque situation. Of course, it's a tinted lip balm. But it's nice. I've worn it on its own on my days out and I've been quite happy with it. Very soft lips, very comfortable, and I definitely approve. And that's that. That's my review on the latest Avon products that I have tried. I don't see myself trying any more. I feel like I have tried quite a lot from the core collection, the things that are always popping up in the catalog. I will also make sure to link the other video that I did in my Avon series so you can do yourself a little bit of happy shopping. And with that, I want to thank you so much for being here. My name is Ijoma, and I'll see you soon.